Okay, here we are today with the Nerf N-Strike Modulus. First off, let's go over what you get in the box. Obviously, you get the Nerf Modulus blaster itself. You get the stock attachment. You get this grip attachment. You get scope. You get magazine. You get barrel attachment and 10 of these white Modulus themed darts. Now, obviously, tons of accessories because, as the Modulus name would suggest, this is the first in Nerf's new Modulus line, which is all about the accessories. So let's focus first in on the blaster itself. This is a semi-auto flywheel blaster, so pretty much the same thing as a Strife or Demolisher. But so what that means is to operate it, you hold down your rev trigger right there, which isn't doing anything because I don't have a mag in at the moment. But you hold that down and then pull the trigger, and you have to pull down the trigger and you get one shot for each pull, so semi-auto. Runs on four AA batteries that go right in here. You just unscrew and then this gray piece pops off and your battery tray is right there. Going around, there are no real sling attachment points. That's usually something I point out, and I'm definitely going to point out the complete lack of them. There's nothing on the grip, nothing around the back. Usually this piece is on the front would be one for most other blasters, but this is too thick to really get anything around, so interesting that they decided the Modulus would not be put on a sling. But anyway, what it does have is a million rail attachment points. So we've got the one on this carry handle right there, and maybe carry handle's why they're thinking you wouldn't sling it, but so you've got a rail up here, you've got a rail in front of that, rail on this side, rail around this side, and a little one down there. Yep, right there. Also, you do have the barrel accessory attachment point and a stock accessory attachment point, which brings us to all of these things. So, I guess going from back to front here, we've got our stock attachment, which goes on like so. Now, this is essentially a updated version of the Recon stock, as it is both designed to hold a magazine in it, just like, let me get clicked in, just like that. And actually it's better than the Recon's design because the way the Recon's is set up, you could only reasonably really get a 6 in there. This you could probably even put a drum on it and it'd have the clearance because it's up and down instead of front to back. But the other unfortunate thing that it does inherit from the Recon stock are these flimsy plastic bits, which I'll hold it like this so you can see, really bend, which is not good on a stock where you want to brace it against your shoulder to stabilize your shots, and it's just going to be going all over the place. Not a good design. I'm really disappointed that they used that again, but hey, they know what they're doing at Hasbro, I guess. But so there's your stock. Then do the scope, and so it's actually, let me set down the blaster so I can hold this up to the camera. Pretty nice looking scope cosmetically, and then looking through it's got kind of the plastic crosshairs in there. There's no clear plastic or tinted plastic lenses in there, it's just a straight pass through. But then, so the idea is you put that up here on your top rail, hold on nice and secure up there. Got this great front grips, very good ergonomic design, very comfortable, and that goes on the right there, and so that's good. You wouldn't want to hold the blaster just from this front grip. I can do it straight up and down, but if you tried to move around at all, while the Nerf rails are pretty good at holding things, it's not going to hold the whole weight of this blaster on that attachment point, so recommend against doing that. And finally, as far as the accessories go, we've got this neat little barrel attachment. Usually the Nerf barrel attachments are longer, but this is a small one, and this really just serves the purpose of adding 2 more rails, one on the bottom and one on the top, and then it's the only Nerf barrel attachment that is designed to then itself take another barrel attachment. So we get this hooked on, and it doesn't really, you have to get it lined up just right and kind of force it, which is kind of different from generally all the other. Nerf has had this barrel attachment style for quite some time, and generally it's right on, right off, no trouble. This one, for whatever reason, sticks a bit, so I don't know. But there you have it, the fully assembled Modulus blaster. Couple quick notes before I throw it over to the go watch the range test point. Interesting thing about the Modulus and how it's wired, because now I have a magazine in so I can rev it. So generally with the flywheel blasters, how it works is you hold down the acceleration trigger, they rev up, you let go, and then the motors have to wind back down again. So they're making noise for longer, which isn't, that is one of the complaints against flywheel blasters, is they're noisy. So I noticed one thing that was different about this one to all the other ones, which is, okay, so you've revved it up, you let go, and they immediately go back off, which is the same wiring style as with the jam door. So if you were holding it down and open that, so that's kind of nice. That's engine braking. So essentially they've added an extra wire down here that goes back to the motors, so when you let go, the motors form a circuit with themselves, and that stops them spinning real quick. So no unnecessary spinning noise. Minor thing, kind of neat. First time Nerf's bothered to do that, and it's something that a lot of folks like doing on their modded blasters to get them quiet again in a hurry. But okay, there you go. And I will also quickly, now that we've talked about the blaster, I want to quickly highlight these darts, because besides being white foam, which haven't seen really since the whiteout darts or glow-in-the-darks, these don't glow in the dark, they're just white. But don't know how well the camera will be able to see it, but these are Y-code darts. And most folks don't bother following the code tips anymore. But that used to be a thing. It was, oh, which code in which product is the best darts, and these are probably in the running personally for the best elite darts you can get at the moment. If you want to see why, watch the range test, because the combination of this blaster and these darts have produced by far the most consistent shooting Nerf product I have seen in quite some time. It was producing, if you've watched any of the Boomco range tests and know how consistently those shots land, this blaster with elite darts, which are normally all over the place, was producing near Boomco consistency. So A+, I was not expecting the Modulus to be anything more than an accessories gimmick, but hey, pretty cool. And with that, of course, now you are wondering, how did it do in the range test? Because it does have a 90-foot range claim on the box, so make sure to head on over to that video, check it out, and see how it did besides shooting really consistently. There you have it, the Nerf N-Strike Modulus. As always, thanks for watching.